Hello, Hess Truck collectors and fans. I am back for another Hess Truck review. We've got the first Hess Truck of the century to take a look at today, the 2000 Hess Fire Truck. Starting with the box on top, as usual, a Hess logo, the title of the truck, and some features. And of course, along the side of the box, you get the classic Starry Night gas station box art, as we all know and love. On the front side of the box, of course, you get the front view of the truck. And on the back side of the box, we can see the back view of the truck. And per the norm, along the bottom of the box, we get some instructions. All right, very excited to talk about this truck. Let's get it out of the box and have a closer look at it. So here is the 2000 Hess Fire Truck out of the box and in all of its glory. It is worth noting that this is the last holiday truck from Hess to not feature a secondary vehicle. It was quality over quantity with this release. And I especially believe in that because I can confidently say that before the release of the 2024 fire truck, this was without a doubt my favorite Hess fire truck. On the front of the truck, we have a nice big windshield inside which you can see the steering wheel. Then we have sort of a smaller grille compared to most Hess trucks, but nevertheless a beautiful embossed Hess logo on the front, just like usual. On top of the cab, we have some lights along the front that'll light up in a bit, some molded-in horns, that's really cool, and plenty of light bars. The cab is articulated. This is the only articulated fire truck in Hess's history. Nice chrome step ladders along the side of the cab there, and the front bumper kind of continues all the way along the side of the truck, sort of some chrome trim along the bottom. That looks very nice, and it goes all the way to the back where we can find another chrome step ladder. Some hoses along the top of the truck there, and also towards the back we have a little turret, I guess, with a little light on top. There is some green thrown into the paint job, a nice big Hess logo along the side, and some green striping along these compartments toward the bottom. Another green stripe running along the side. It's almost like a continuation of these green stripes down here, and then a little Hess logo along the side. Another one along the side of the turret in the back. And then another one on the back of the turret, and you also, of course, have the Hess 2000 plate. And then how about this for a little something special? We've got these two stabilizers along the side. If we pull it outward, look at how far that extends. And it comes out, and you actually get an interactive stabilizer on each side of the truck. That is so cool. Then, of course, how would this be a review of the 2000 fire truck without addressing the elephant in the room? That big, beautiful red ladder on top. So why waste time? Let's check it out. First off, if you lift this up, you can see these hydraulic pieces sort of extending outward. That looks really nice. Then you can lift the ladder up, and there are 2 points of extension that allow this ladder to absolutely tower into the air. That looks great. And it also rotates 360 degrees. I mean, this ladder is just amazing. Absolutely love it. This is such a good Hess truck if you want to just display it. That's one of the reasons why I feel like this is such an underrated release by Hess, and one of my most underrated favorites, honestly. Then retracting the ladder on top again, you have another red ladder along the side here, and you can actually flip it up. And if I be gentle with it, there we go. We can pull it out, and these ladders can actually come off, so you can actually rest them on something and pretend like someone's climbing on them. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, if you want to put the ladder back, you just put it on like that, and then you tilt it right back into place, and it locks in along there on those two hinges. So while all of those features are very spectacular, we've still got a lot to talk about with this truck. And to continue, lights please. So interestingly, even though it is an older Hess truck, so I'll be a little less critical, there are not as many lights as I would have expected of a Hess fire truck on this thing, to be honest. But nevertheless, the lights that it has still look great. Let's take a look at the front. Very nice headlights. Sort of the top two lights here are headlights, and then the bottom are turn signal lights. The embossed Hess logo is lit up nice and bright. You also get the Hess logos lit up on the doors, and those lights also sort of illuminate the interior, which you can very clearly make out there. The siren lights are lit up along the top of the cab. The big Hess logo along the side of the truck is, of course, lit up. And then the Hess logo on the turret is also lit up, as well as the red light on top of it. And then, of course, the tail lights light up. The Hess 2000 plate also lights up. And then the back of the turret also has a lit up Hess logo. So this sort of middle section is pretty dark, but honestly, for an older truck where the older trucks generally had more realistic lighting, I don't really have a complaint regarding that. But yeah, I think the cab is what really steals the show here for me, but nevertheless, the lights that this truck has, they do look great. And then, as always, flipping the switch in the opposite direction for this truck will give you the flashers. So, now that I have the lights back on, let's take a look at why this truck exactly is so unique. Of course, you have the light switch along the bottom, this red switch, and then a white sound switch. This was the last ever Hess truck to feature switch-activated sounds. So there were 3 sounds that you could activate with this switch. So, if we give the switch one click to the left, nice little horn sound that you get. You know, not as high quality as Hess trucks today, but still a pretty cool sound to have on this thing. Then, if we flip the switch one notch to the right, you get the siren, of course. That was a necessity with the fire truck, and I'm glad it's there. And then we have one more sound. If we give the switch another flip to the right, so 2 flips to the right, so you get another siren, a bit of a slower one. Honestly, very cool. So yeah, there you go. The last Hess truck, as I mentioned, to ever feature switch-activated sounds. But now, as you're about to see, this truck was developed in a period that was very transitional for Hess in terms of its toy truck technology. So the company was starting to move away from switch-activated sounds and towards button-activated sounds. So with that being said, not only is this the first primary vehicle on a Hess truck to ever feature button-activated sounds, it is also the only vehicle in Hess's history to feature both switch and button-activated sounds. So you have these 6 little black rivets, or sort of looking things on the back. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be, but the 3 on the far side here are actually sound buttons. So moving the ladder to the side for now so we can take a better look at these buttons. They activate the same sounds, but just for a brief period instead of just going on until you switch it off. So it's really unique. You have 2 different methods of turning on the sounds. That is really cool. So if we press the first button here, hit it again to turn it off, there is the faster siren. Give the second button a press, you get the other siren, and then, of course, with the third button, you get the horn. But yeah, I mean, it just adds to the uniqueness of this truck. So that is why I think that this truck is an absolute necessity for anyone to have in their collection. So to wrap up, I absolutely love the 2000 Hess Fire Truck. My only little gripe with it was the lights, but honestly, I'm not going to be too critical of an older Hess truck when it comes to technology. The sound functions are absolutely awesome. The way you're able to activate them both with a switch or with buttons, honestly, even though this was the only Hess truck to do that, I really, really like it. Hess probably knew that if they weren't going to include a secondary vehicle, they had to go all in on the quality of the primary vehicle, and they absolutely nailed it because I love this fire truck. Like, the cool factor is just unmatched. Besides the lights and sounds, the stabilizers and the ladder. Need I say more? Yeah, I just absolutely love this thing. And again, I recommend it for any Hess collector's collection. So, that is going to wrap up my review of the 2000 Hess Fire Truck. Thank you very much as always for watching, and I will see you in the next Hess Truck review.